Hi, I'm Marc Hoberman. I'm a certified life coach, best-selling author, and an inspirational and motivational speaker with over 33 years of experience. And I'm also the proud host of the talk show, Life Stories with Marc Hoberman. Our show is so much more than a talk show. It is a cutting-edge platform where our exceptional guests deliver real-life stories that bring about a better understanding of what is required to achieve the goals and dreams that we set for ourselves. They are stories from all walks of life that touch your heart, make you laugh, and even cry. They deliver valuable information that can help you change your life. And we went to see a new TV show, and it didn't make it, but the very, very young, had to be in his teens, the young actor who was funny and seemed to be very likable was Matthew Perry.
Sure.
And so, I mean, people don't realize, the difficulties and the obstacles, and it's just, it takes so much get up and go and so much perseverance. But, we're not just talking about acting now, certainly not with Kevin Sorbo. You not only act, but you produce and direct. So what obstacles did you have to overcome in those many different areas of show business?
Well, I'm going to jump back to Matthew Perry quickly, because the first time I saw him in class, I leaned over to Brad Pitt and I whispered, I go, dude, this guy should be in a sitcom. He's really good. Of course, he got Friends a couple years later.
Before we get started, I just got to say that this morning I looked at, I have pictures in my bedroom like everybody else, and I have a wedding picture. And my wife looked kind of happy in it, but I'm wondering why she looks happier in this picture.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Colin, you and I are gonna have a talk a little later, Colin. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Before a show, I've been doing exercises for an hour, and that helps to keep my voice strong and accurate. In other respects, I've just been lucky. I've kept that range, possibly through doing the exercises and continually touring.
What you have to do.
I've kept my range. So we do all the songs in a show are all in the original keys. You sometimes see this when people have been playing a long time.
Hip hop gamer, I'm with my man Marc Hoberman. Let's get it popping with these life lessons, son. It's ready. We ready. Let's go, dog.
Let's go. Gerard, look, if you're gonna be boring and calm, this isn't gonna work for me. So.
But the dope thing about gaming, in terms of the way my grandmother brought it to me, my grandmother taught me about life through video games, and she did it in such a subtle way where I can receive it and digest it, but it was so powerful at the same time. Now that now that I look back as a man now. So what she did was she said, look, in life, just like in these video games, you're gonna have different objectives, different challenges, and things that you're trying to achieve. If you apply the same energy and love and dedication that you have for these video games and how you able to master these video games, if you apply that to your daily life, you will find your purpose and you will win and you will have a prosperous life.
Because I can tell you a few stories about that you're enthusiastic. And the most important thing also is the ability. Know the game before you're going in. Know how to play the game if it's not a new game. It's important to, watch it and research it, because I'm casting a show now and I tell contestants to look at the old show. So, and I'll tell you something interesting. I did $1 Million Chance of a Lifetime with Jim Lang. It was the first $1 Million game show. We had a contestant. They auditioned. I wasn't going to bring them back because they were kind of quiet, especially the husband. She called me up and she said, "Are you going to bring us back for a callback?" And luckily she called me. I had her card on my desk and I was very honest. And I said, "You're a little quiet. Your husband's very quiet. If you can come back and get more outgoing." They did, and they walked home with $1 million.
Oh my God! See that?
So I give
meant to
people
be.
chances.
You hold $1 million of other people's money in your hands, Beverly. You have to understand your importance in the world. Absolutely, and as a recipient of a heart transplant, besides from medical information that you learned and questions you asked and going through the journey, what did you learn about yourself when you went through this process?
Health-wise, as we reach 45, 50 years old, our health should be our top priority. So when I was first diagnosed as having heart disease, man, that's when I really started to try and change my life. It didn't do any good. I still went, down the road of almost dying, but I still changed a lot of my behavior.
And then sure enough, when I went to the class, again, this is children's creative dramatics. So we're painting with one hand, paint with the left hand, paint with your leg, paint with the other leg. And then all of a sudden we're painting with your whole body. And you probably can imagine where this is going to go. The burger and fries and everything else came up. And I was, horrified publicly. And yet I was hooked. From that moment on, I came back every week. Most people probably would have said, you know what, I can never go back there. But no, I was like, this is what I want to be when I grow up. So regardless, I was in.
That's great.
Public humiliation and all.
Yes. If you can't take the humiliation, get out of the kitchen, because, you really put yourself out there when you're in an acting role.
I got no's from a lot of different, celebrities I reached out to. And in fact, at first, Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Colin Powell, they both said no the first time I asked. I went back a second time and I asked. And then, let's see, I'd say, if you believe it can kind of be true. And if you kind of act the part, people will believe you. And I sort of managed to convince a lot of people to, get behind this and to trust me, despite my lack of experience. But, my passion, I think that, my passion for this project, it kind of hooked a lot of people, and they said it was infectious, and it was really genuinely me.
We often only hear about the glory, but not the story. So I delve deeper into people's life stories and also engage in fun conversations as I ask questions that are out of the norm. The stories of our lives are critical, and it is our goal to deliver a show that has substance and conveys that life is beautiful. Our show expresses kindness and objectives that can be achieved. Life Stories with Marc Hoberman was developed with you, the viewer, in mind, and fit to your encouragement and positive thinking. I can't wait to see you soon.